Of New Zealand, and Gaël Hermé, the French captain. These two players who have gone at each other a lot in recent times. France have won the last 4 of their 9 matches played between the teams. They have also won the toss, and they are going to kick off at Eden Park. Well, it's a chance to quickly check in with Kirsty Stanway, sideline atmosphere conditions. Kirsty, as the French come out to join us shortly.
This is the most phenomenal atmosphere. We're at Eden Park, the home of rugby in Aotearoa, New Zealand. The boys are swinging, waiting for their team, for New Zealand, the Black Ferns, to come out onto the field.
On so many occasions, New Zealand and France have faced off on the rugby field. Tonight at Rugby World Cup 2021 at Eden Park, may be one of the most special of them all.
To please be upstanding and join us in the singing of the national anthems of New Zealand and France.
Kia
first meeting between New Zealand and France was in 1996, and oh, how things have changed. 109-0, New Zealand won that match. And bet your bottom dollar that's not happening today. First, the challenge for France to face up to at Eden Park for the first time. New Zealand against France, Rugby World Cup semi-final up next. France regather themselves. Kaltenana, tactically, what are we going to expect from this French team tonight?
Well, they're going to try and outmuscle New Zealand. They're going to see if New Zealand can aim up, especially at set piece, see if they can stop the rolling ball. I think they're going to warm up their shoulders and really physically try and dominate this Black Ferns team.
Yeah, I agree with you, KT. They've put such emphasis on their defensive efforts, making no mistake of what their plan is, and that is to outmuscle every team at this competition. So much pressure on the French, having not made a World Cup final.
Those last words from Ruahei demand the expectation from New Zealand. They've led all the attacking stats, honey. Can they keep attacking in this sort of cauldron?
Oh, they're going to have to, Ricky. They've got to continue to play their own brand of football, and that's been running rugby. That's been up-tempo. Running it out of the 22, whatever it takes. They can't fall into the French defence.
I think that's the thing. Wayne Smith is a smart operator. We know that he likes the attacks, but he'll have something up his sleeve. He would have, knowing who was going to be their semi-finalists.
Joy Neville, hugely experienced referee with great assistance as well. Sarah Cox and Amber McLaughlin. Ian Tempest is our TMO. Another chapter in one of the fiercest rugby rivalries is about to be written on a grand stage. It is New Zealand taking on France at Eden Park in a Rugby World Cup semi-final. And off the boot of Caroline Drouin, we are underway in the fiercest noise as Sarah Hiddeny brings down the ball straight away. It is pulsating around this ground. And now we're into the action. Oh, as it's left sitting there, and France come through illegally. So first penalty goes New Zealand's way, and away goes Coxedge. Just looks to turn France around straight away, but she's banged this down to Boulard, who's read that really nicely. And she will send it back to Renee Holmes, back in the 15 jersey today, and throws a wild ball that's tidied up by Stacey Flula. Now New Zealand will just look to get into their work through Pip Love, who's brought down by the hard defender And Marasu Fal in jersey 5. Dement leading the competition in offloads. The New Zealand captain. Here's Love again, or tipping it on for Chelsea Bremner, who can't hold on to it, so New Zealand make the first mistakes.
Well, we talked about it earlier with the French defence wanting to suffocate the Black Ferns and slow down their running rugby game. And the early encounters with the kicking on the counter-attack there, a few nerves, a few passes going a bit AWOL for the Black Ferns.
New Zealand want to get numbers around that ball. We saw Philippon go through that middle of that ruck because New Zealand were exposed there with a lack of numbers, but New Zealand also showed they want to play at a tempo with Coxedge taking that quick tap.
So first scrum of the match, which we fed by Pauline Bourdon. Right in midfield, 12 metres onside. The New Zealand side of halfway. Bourdon and Coxedge. What a battle that is between the two number 9s. New Zealand get a nice hit on early, and that is a real hot mess, and it's a penalty for France.
Tight head across.
Penalty goes against Amy Rule, the New Zealand tight head prop. And what's the attitude of France early on here? Joanne looks like she's going to go for the corner.
Well, they're going to test New Zealand physically, so they go to their rolling maul off the line out. I'm sure it's probably not the deeper kick as Joanne wanted it to get to in here on this near side. You can see Rule just going in on the angle as soon as he got the hit. Yeah, easy.
Take a step, take a step, take a step. Take a step, please. Take a step.
Kirsty Stanway sideline. Is it as loud down there as it feels?
It's hard to hear you at times, and during the week France talked about how they needed to start strong because they were expecting 40,000 to be cheering for New Zealand. There are a few Alele Blues going though.
Sochar with the throw down the back for her captain, our mate. And this is the first test of New Zealand's defence, this well-organised French pack. It's Sochar who has it in the back. Still under control by France. New Zealand well-organised, but France getting a bit of momentum. Now Bourdon has to use it, and away she goes, the little halfback for Joanne. Joanne's got Ménager, but Coxedge brings her down. Nice ball for France to recycle here if Bourdon can clear. And she goes out to the open for Céline Ferrier. The experience lock, the pick and go comes from Hermé, the captain. France already asking questions just 3 minutes into the semi-final. Here's the first touch for Romain Ménager into the side today after injury. Now they spread. Vernier is wrapped up by Roos, able to get the offload away though. New Zealand's defence scrambling. That's Tui who's stopping Ménager. Great pump of the legs from Ménager. Now Joyeux just a couple of metres short of the line. France building phases, piling on early pressure. Marasu Fal is chopped down by the Kiwi defence again. Bourdon out the back for Joanne, changes the point of attack and then goes straight through the middle. Caroline Joanne before being stopped in her tracks. New Zealand's defence set again, but boy, what a test this is. Escudero. Bourdon again, great spot tackle made from Flula, but the offload was excellent for Fal. Fitzpatrick has wrapped up Marasu Fal. 13th phase and Sochar is stopped. Escudero will be the next runner off the line, and Amy Rule brings her down. Who's next for France? It's Ménager. The menacing number 8 can't make away. Vernier is stopped just short, half a metre this time. Bourdon, it's there for the halfback, no way through. 16 phases, and the advantage now for France. What a start this is for Marasu Fal over the line, but the ball's held up.
Offside.
Well, there's the test. You knew that was coming physically from this French outfit. Relentless.
Here.
Wave after wave after wave. Heavy carries. Fal was right amongst it. But equally, great defence from the Black Ferns early on, honey.
Oh, exceptional defence. And just the intent there to get off the line, stay low. You can see here, Ruby Tui does well to get under her and hold that player up. The tackling in numbers, getting in and around the ball, staying tight.
Boy, oh boy, Thomas Darac on the mic already. And perhaps a measure of the New Zealand defence that Joanne has opted to go for the posts.
I think in the semi-final, in this situation, just a settler, get these points. There is a bit of a breeze she'll be kicking into, Kirsty.
Slight breeze that she's kicking into, yes.
France will be pretty happy with the start. Very, very happy.
Caroline Juin. 4 out of 5 she kicked last week in the quarter-final. 7 out of 10 for the entire tournament. And Juin strikes first for France in the semi-final. It's France 3, New Zealand 0.
Well, France weren't expecting to have many fans here, but there is a huge pocket behind me. Half of Paris is here.
So Renee Holmes gets us back underway. What a gritty, tough start from the French. And now they'll get a bit of ball in hand from inside their own territory. More defence here for New Zealand. Oh, they've blown through that, though. Pip Love has come through. I think Fall has just got it back for France. Now Bourdon darts away, taken by Maya Roos. Quick ball for the French. And Grisey busting downfield. Bourdon getting good ball to work with here. Juin takes it to the line, almost through Alana Bremner, not quite. Philippon, and now Flula rushes up on Boulard. Nice little wraparound play from the French centre though, and now a bit of space for Marie Ménager taking on Tui. Tui's up to the task. Ball's landed in field for Boulard, but it's gone forward in the process. In fact, she's put a foot in touch.
Oh, they're in the mood, aren't they? This French team are in the mood to spread it wide. New Zealand expecting the kick exit. France say, you know what, we're going to run it just as quick as you can. And they go into the edge. Ménager tries the outside. Good defence from Ruby Tui down low.
Georgia Ponsonby with the first line-out throw for New Zealand. It's Alana Bremner they go to down the back, and that's nice ball for the New Zealanders to work from. Here's Fitzpatrick, MVP in the last 2 games for the Black Ferns. Dement to the line, but no way through. Juin, gee, that's rugged stuff from Juin and Ménager. Hirini tips it on for Rule. And now Ponsonby. So New Zealand going to have to keep it in tight. France all over this, and they'll earn the penalty.
First riding there.
Well, that's excellent defence from the
Isolated.
French. Agatsu shot, getting in over that ball, getting the steal. New Zealand probably struggling to find their direction. You could hear Kendra Coxedge telling them to rumble it up, just getting settled, sending out some one-out runners.
Yeah, it looks like one of those one-out runners, Amy Rule, is down. In the 2 previous games, Ruahei Dement has had numbers on the outside to pick from. There's a couple of times she's had to hit it up because those numbers aren't there. They're having to go to the ruck. They're very spread in attack, the Black Ferns at the moment. Whereas the French are nice and wide. And they're creating those mismatches and holes.
Other side.
Well, it is relentless from France, and you can just see there, look, the big deep breaths. New Zealand just regathering a little bit after having to make 35 tackles in 9 minutes.
Yeah, and at that speed in these conditions with this crowd, it does take you out emotionally as well. The energy that you spend is something you have to deal with, whereas the French have got nothing to lose. They come in here with a game plan to spread it wide, move the ball quick, keep the space. At the moment, the Black Ferns are having to rush and cover.
Well, the Black Ferns have already been at Eden Park preparing this week, not for captain's run, but for their club night, which they do every Tuesday before a test match. This week, it was Ted, Sir Graham Henry's turn to host, and he hosted them at the Barbarians Lounge right here at Eden Park. KT's had a few nights there.
Good spot.
Great position here for France to launch from set piece again as Sochat goes to Ferrer. Look how quick that is off the top from Ferrer and crashing into the line. The offload was there, can't control it though. Foul, and then the accidental offside. But that's a penalty for New Zealand.
Ball on the floor.
That's one of their set plays though, France, where they use Romain Ménager was the person that hit it up. Man, she hit that at full noise. But I'm not sure that was a straight throw anyway, so I suppose this is a good one for the Black Ferns.
It is just out from Ruahei-Deming.
Oh, Romain Ménager, man, that is why she is one of the best in the world, this number. And I love her, honey.
I will give you a chance. I will give you a chance. Okay. Take a step. Take a step.
Definitely one of the tough ones out there.
The last time New Zealand went to Alana Brenda, the blonder of the two sisters. Chelsea's the one with the dark hair, and it's going to be her this time. Chelsea Bremner, the older sister, and away goes Georgia Ponsonby, looking for Ruby Tui on a set move. Big collision with Escudero, but it's nice front football for New Zealand as Ponsonby goes again. First real attacking foray for the Black Ferns, and Flula's hit hard by Vernier. They're a wonderful midfield defensive pair, the French. Cox edge. Pip Love chopped down, and again France have got hands on ball here. Escudero.
Well, New Zealand's going to have to adapt to that. They need to get their support players in there early, protecting that ball. That's 2 steals already in these opening exchanges.
What France are doing, they're spreading very quick. They're getting out and they're keeping that 2-metre spacing in between.
Oh, this hasn't gone out though from France this time, so Renee Holmes brings it in just on her own side of halfway and makes a good carry up over. Coxie just rolls a little ball over the top here with the sideline and into the France 22.
Well, that's what Kendra offers this team. She's got good smarts. She's creative. She knows where to put that ball and fight for territory. Get France to work their way out.
Hermé's able to bring it down uncontested, and Bourdon just darts down a blindside and makes good meters, but Hermé chopped down by Woodman in the tackle, and France have lost this on the floor, and now you can see New Zealand feel like they might finally be getting into this game.
There's a couple of times they tried their 50-50 ball, France. In contact. It was a nice move down the short side.
Absolutely.
Probably needed to keep that one in hand. There's the knock on there. Good pressure though from the Black Ferns. Great attacking opportunity. Last time the starter play with Ruby Tui. This time we had Portia Woodman go closer to that first receiver role. She's very strong with that ups.
Both. I've spoken to her also, okay? Crouch! Bind!
Now this will be interesting. This is one of the strengths of this French team.
I think you
Scrum
need
time.
to
This is the
hold your
first
weight.
scrum of the match.
And you need
Interesting
not
to see how the Black
okay?
Ferns have adjusted over the last 10 games where they've been unbeaten. This is an area I'm sure they just want to get parity.
Front rows go down, and it'll be a penalty, scrum penalty for New Zealand.
Amber, hinging.
I think the call come from the assistant referee there on that far side. You've got to go to the line, don't you, honey?
Yep, looks like Bill
Better
Hayes
eyes, please.
made the call.
New Zealand's lineouts work well so far. And Dement plugs them down to about 6 metres out from the French line.
It's been a massive work on, hasn't it? The line out and the driving wall on top of that. It really has come to the fore the last couple of games for the Black Ferns. You can see there the try source. They've got 14. That's the most for them in situations like this. This will be a massive pump up for them if they can secure this and get over the line.
It's Roos at the front this time, and now New Zealand will try and play France at their own game. It's tight and it's funneled at the back for Ponsonby. Under control at the moment for New Zealand. Now Coxedge will have a bobble as a French hand came in, and that just meant Fitzpatrick had to check her run, but still got through the first tackle. Teresa Fitzpatrick. Now the tight forward set rule. Coming off perhaps her best ever game in the black jersey last week, Amy Rule. Now they go again, just inches short, New Zealand. Coxedge, Mikaeli Tsuru, Leana Mikaeli Tsuru has crashed over. Oh, and held up, says referee Neville.
Head up. Away, please. Away. Head up. Thank you. Clearly held up.
Clearly held up by Joy Neville. That's that desperation, D, from this French outfit, which has been so staunch in this Rugby World Cup.
Joanne, who has a hefty boot on her, and she has banged this down 45 metres to Ruby Tui. For Holmes to run it back, and now Tui. What about the offload for Demand? Taken on the 10-metre line and a good tackle by Foul. Now Hirini for New Zealand. Crashes forward. New Zealand Rugby Player of the Year. Mikaeli Tsuru, a 20-year-old. Hirini again with her massive engine. Oh, good hands, Chelsea Bremner. Just stuck in the bread basket. Roos, and that one can't be held by Ruldo. And France will get this ball back.
Yeah, disappointing from the Black Ferns. They were building nicely there. They go to their offload game, which has been evident throughout this Rugby World Cup.
Okay.
But they get so close here. Mikaeli Tsuru here drives forward, but it's a great work from Celine Ferrer. Get under that ball.
Time off. So penalty was against because she needs better height. Okay, I will see. Better height. I've spoken to her about better height. You need to give her a better gap.
Joy Neville just explaining the previous scrum penalty to France. Boy, oh boy, what a 16 minutes this has been of hard, rugged rugby. Just the Caroline Joanne penalty separating the teams at the moment. France 3, New Zealand 0 after 16 minutes.
Water break, girls.
I'll tell you what, it's been high tempo, that's for sure, right from the get-go.
Water break, water break.
There it is. One of the secrets is their defence. Obviously, we've highlighted, especially in the first quarter, where teams want to jump out early on them to sustain New Zealand in their house. His first quarter will be massive in terms of their confidence, France. But you know what? The New Zealand supporters and the French supporters getting amongst it. It's an awesome atmosphere, honey.
Oh, looks like it's going off down there, Kirst.
It is an absolute vibe down here, I'll tell you that. It's actually deafening at times. The Alele Blue starts up, and then the Black Ferns fans, they fire up, and you just can't hear anything else. But you talk about the defence, KT. I mean, they call this French side the blue wall. They've built it up brick by brick. And this tournament so far in 4 matches, they've made 573 tackles, more than any other team, and restricted their opposition to 13 points or less a game. Unbelievable.
Super impressive stats from the French. It is why, as soon as they landed on these shores, as the poi fly, it is why the French came as one of the favourites. I don't think they would have expected to ever, I don't know if any of us ever expected to see the poi fly at Eden Park quite like that.
Bind! Can you watch your feet, please, Joy? Set!
So midfield scrum, 12 metres on their own side of halfway from France. It's just wheeling away, and Bourdon has to use it. So Joanne, with her clever kicking game, sends it down to Woodman. First time we've seen Portia Woodman into the match, but she offers, or options rather, to distribute. Now she's got the return ball. And New Zealand will go to ground through Chelsea Bremner, just on their own side of the halfway line. Maya Roos, gee, she's had a great start to this game. The young New Zealand lot. Demand. And a big collision with Foul. Look at the runners asking. Mikaeli Tsuru wants it, and she carries her team up over halfway. And a quick pick from Ponsonby. Extra couple of metres. Oh, France almost again. Boy, they have been ruthless around that area. rule. And now the pick and go demand for Fitzpatrick. Try to work a backline move. It's halted initially, and now the ball for Flula's not there. She tries to keep it in field, but it just breaks down from New Zealand, and good defensive pressure from France.
Well, New Zealand are building well. They're pulling together some good phrases when they get it in, when they keep it in tight, but probably struggling to really find some width is what we're used to seeing from them. When they get it out wide, they're really threatening. Unfortunately, not quite being able to get out to their edges as quickly as they'd like to.
Yeah, and I think the thing is too, they look very good when they're going up the middle of the park. Those pick and goes are working well, but they're having to send a lot of numbers there, and that's not why they're not getting options. And the runners on the outside and not being able to get there with.
So sharp to throw on the halfway line, and that didn't look overly straight, but it's come down on the French side, and Joanne will tidy up the loose ball. Bourdon. Flat for her captain, ranging out wide. Gail Lemay.
Stay.
And the LDI is the next to carry. That offload sticks for foul. He's been prominent early for France. Now Bourdon, she rolls a little kick over the top, but Holmes is well positioned to defuse that, and will send it back perhaps with a bit of interest. Renee Holmes, oh, out on the full it goes though. Mistake from the New Zealand fullback.
Nice, guys. On the line, girls.
We probably haven't seen as much kicking from the French
Here's your mark here.
as they've been using in the past games throughout this tournament. But what kicks they have put down, very tactical. And there's a huge reliance on Renee Holmes for her counter-attacking ability. She want to tidy that up.
That's been a line-out ball for Correa to take, and now look at that drive from France, and yeah, they're going to get advantage here. Yeah, Maya Roos, that penalty will go against.
One stop, 9.
I don't think she quite came in from the right angle there either, but play on is the call. As France play under advantage, crossfield kick comes from Joanne Woodman underneath it and takes the mark, but they'll go back and play the penalty.
Advantage. 4. Entry, collapse. 4.
Yeah, the rolling ball had already set, and they still pulled it down, and it was Roos.
Entry, collapse.
Now New Zealand are going to have to repel another French rolling wall for sure. Do they change it up here, the French? Shift the point of attack, or do they just go to the money ball? Here's the previous one.
Here we go.
It's caught on the wrong side, and if you do it straight away, that's fine. After that is the penalty.
Massive defensive test here for the Black Ferns. France has been the dominant side in this match so far. Down the back they go, and they will maul it once again. The line-out drive, and they...
That's 1-9, backwards.
In the middle of it, trying to drag her team forward. It's in the back with Agathe Sochat.
Same old.
And still the same maul. Sochat now to ground, and will have to lay it back for a half-back. Bourdon directs her runners. It's Ménager, Romain Ménager, that is. DI and the LDI just a half a metre short. Here comes the blue wave once more. Bourdon for Ménager once more, driving down, and Romain Ménager scores for France. The opening try in the semi-final goes to the French number 8.
10.
Oh, Romain Ménager, she's an outstanding athlete, a leader in her own right. She offers big, real punch to this French team when she charges at the line like that.
What I love about her, she has zero regard for her own body. Look at that power for Romain Ménager. Absolute powerhouse as the number 8.
Well, she's back after sitting out the last 2 matches from a head injury. She said she's been impatient. She's been wanting to get back out there while she's gone through the process, and here she is showing what she's got to the world.
Keep working, girls. All good. Ferns.
She's such a vital cog in this French team. And now Caroline Joanne will add 2 more to increase the lead. France 10, New Zealand 0 after 23 minutes.
I'll tell you what's been a professional performance so far from this French team defensively. Offensively, they've looked good. Oh, look, that's massive. What's a response now from the Black Ferns? They have to have one. No need to rush anything, no need to panic whatsoever. It's only the first quarter in this game. Still got to back their plan, but execute.
Feels like we've been going for 3 hours, 20 minutes. Renee Holmes to restart for New Zealand. France leading 10 points to 0. It's brought down by Emily Boula, France fullback.
Use it now!
Bourdon will just control the pace of the game, and as will Joanne. Just slice that one a little, and Demant's going to bring this down on her own side of halfway for New Zealand. Maybe a chance to try and open it up, get it runners in. Here's Holmes. Pump her way through a couple of the French forwards. That's tough work. Now Coxedge rolls another ball over the top, but it's gone straight back to Joanne. Coxedge has got herself back in good position, though, maybe realised the error of her ways. Demant for Chelsea. Bremner gets out of the first tackle, does the hard-working South Islander. Ponsonby from the tiny town of Taihape carries forward for New Zealand, and now the French defence again. They're well organised, but New Zealand getting some good go forward, pick and go. Oh, stolen Bourdon. I think that was the halfback who's got him there and pinched it. France winning that breakdown contest, and that allows the bird of Joanne. Oh, she's made a mistake though, kicked it out on the full.
Well, Bourdon here gets in straight over the ball. Bremner.
Yeah, if anything, that's just a little bit messy from the New Zealanders. Really come off the leg rather than the turnover from the number 9. Drouin realises she needed to keep that in. Such a class player as a 10 for France. Great opportunity here for New Zealand, though.
Down the back they go for Alana Bremner, but it's pinched by Hermé. Just got in front of the French captain. Now Bourdon puts up the contestable box kick for Woodman to come forward. Takes it brilliantly in the air. Does Portia Woodman. So New Zealand get the ball back. They're starting to get some possession and territory. Haven't been able to do much with it. Here goes Flula though. Little offload for Tui. Ducks under one. Can't get away from her opposite. Ménager. Picks goes again and then is dumped into the turf. Ruby Tui, advantage being played for New Zealand, and they're going to stop play here.
Time off,
just
even
for the, Tui writhing on the ground.
Yeah, it was Vernet with the hit.
I see that as a dangerous tackle because she has a responsibility to bring the player down. What I'm not sure about whether the legs have been lifted above the horizontal, but we'll...
I think we'll have a look at this thing. I thought it was okay initially. I didn't think she went over the 90 degrees. It was a hard hit though. Comes in, drives up. Does she lift the legs? She might be in trouble right there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gabrielle Vernet might be sitting down. Joy Neville. Oh yeah, she's onto it.
Yeah, just checking, Joy. I don't see clearly above the horizontal here.
Yeah.
And I see a bit of a dominant tackle. So if you see penalty, might stick with that, yeah?
Yeah, I see a dominant tackle, but she has a responsibility to bring the player down.
Yeah, that's fine, mate.
Safely. So, captain. So it's a penalty.
Okay.
It's a dominant tackle, but the player needs to bring that player down safely.
Okay,
so
but on the back, so it's okay.
It's a penalty only.
Okay.
Okay. It's not clearly above the horizontal, but she needs to bring her down safely. So it'll be a penalty here to you. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what, if that's the standard, that's fine. If that's the mark. I don't totally agree with it, but they got to adjust there and they can do exactly the same back, so that's cool.
Well, Ruby, as ever, tough as gets up. She took a couple of big hits last week. And once again, she jumps up with a smile this week. going to take a lot more than that to keep Ruby Tui down.
Irrepressive and irreplaceable Ruby Tui.
Mercy.
Just a little poke of the bear, perhaps.
I was going to say that's probably what the New Zealanders might need. That'll rack them up. Ruby Tui, as you said, tough lady. Here we go. Shoulders warm up.
So France stole New Zealand's last liner. And they're going to go to the front and roost. That's been a nice safe option for New Zealand. France well organised though, and they stop that ball straight away. Ponsonby will funnel it back for Cox Edge. Look at Emma making an absolute nuisance of herself, the France skipper.
Get back!
Alana Bremner. Cox Edge looking for her runners. It's her captain, Demand Fitzpatrick. Been little room for her to create as yet, and now once more not protecting that ball on the ground, but illegally so. France give away a penalty as they hit the floor.
Cease.
Well, I just wonder if New Zealand need to get a little bit deeper in their attack. They've been suffocated out of this game, struggling to get the ball wide as Ruahei points to the sticks here.
Yeah, I'm with you, honey. It's all a bit natural at the moment. You see they're easy for the defence to come up. They're getting there in numbers. They're spreading out front. So New Zealand aren't able to get their go forward as yet. Cleanly go straight off her feet and over their ball, but I like this call. Just gain points. Eke it back. No need to rush a lot of time.
It's Renee Holmes who's going to have the goal-kicking duties for New Zealand. Probably, well, has been the first-choice kicker and she's started.
The timing was okay there, but I will watch it. Thank you so much. They're always bound with the inside shoulder. They can come around with that outside arm. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, Ruahei, the man just saying to Joy Neville there, they're taking us early when they come down to the line-out. So just something to watch.
22 metres out and right in front, Renee Holmes. Just strokes an easy one through, and New Zealand get on the board with a penalty. Holmes adds 3, and it's France 10, New Zealand 3 as we head inside the final 10 minutes of the first half. Hadney under the restart for New Zealand. Can't quite gather it, but it's gone backwards.
Stay.
And Ponsonby, who's had a busy opening half an hour. Pit Love goes once more.
Can't throw good.
And Ponsonby again. Nice and quick pick and go from Amy Rule this time. This match really settling into a good rhythm now. Flula miss out ball, and it's not. Is it off a French hand? It's gone backwards, and Demand tidies up for New Zealand. Whoa, Ruahei Demand carrying the French with it. Woodman in close quarters.
Stay.
Fitzpatrick in at first receiver. Ponsonby hissing onto that one. Bailey to her, Demand in a hole. She finds Roos. Roos has got numbers. Roos has got good speed for a tall woman. Taken in a great shot tackle by France. New Zealand onto the attack. Tui with a little bit of footwork and razzle. Again ridden into the ground with tough French defence. Play on for New Zealand. It's come off a French hand in there somewhere.
Just a knock-on advantage.
Yeah, knock-on advantage. New Zealand set on the 22. Ponsonby. And now Chelsea Bremner battling it away through against her opposite again. Matasufala's there. Rule. New Zealand's turn to build phases. Demand for Fitzpatrick. Hits the whole ball around the corner. Tui loses her footing and it beats everyone out over the touchline.
No advantage. No advantage to the knock-on.
Well, I'll tell you what. The French defence has been outstanding. Putting in bruising tackles right across the park here. When they tend to find a little bit of space, Maya Kailani Roos does well to recycle the ball there. It's just these last touches, not quite going to hand. Bit of a goosey there from Ruby Tui.
I'll tell you what, there's cracks starting to appear though. the Black Ferns, when they get multiple phases here, if this goes to hand, yeah, it's tough pass. Ruby Tui is on a one-on-one, but just a couple of cracks now, finally starting to appear and break down because of the Black Ferns going down the middle of the park.
So it's New Zealand's feed to the scrum. It was a long advantage for the knock-on the ground against France. So you could possibly feel a little aggrieved, but New Zealand will pack the scrum deep inside French territory.
Set!
It's a solid base for Coxedge to clear for Tui in at first receiver. Tried to run over Bourdon and couldn't do so. Coxedge again, Mikaele Tu'u. Hard, athletic youngster, Coxedge. Dement to the line. Lays it back for Maya Kawana-Kolani Roos. Powering forward, Maya Roos. Is it wrapped up in there by France though? What a charge forward, held up as the call.
Well, that's twice the French defence has come and held New Zealand up over the line. The first time, Mikaele too. And the second time is going to be Roos, but the determination, look at that. She gets some backup, but they won't mind this result, I don't think, the Black Ferns.
Thank you.
It was Madisu Fal who just got it over the top, and she, the French lock. As Drouin hacks this.
Straight out, yeah.
Restart out on the full. That's a massive mistake from Drouin.
Option, retake, scrum or line out.
They can do a scramble line out or retake. Man, oh man.
Option, retake, scrum.
Wouldn't mind seeing the line out.
Scrum.
Scrum!
In the middle. Scrum.
That's what I mean, the fatigue. The pressure the Black Ferns have applied the last 5 to 10 minutes caused a situation like that. Foul did fantastic to hold the ball up, but number 10 kicking this out on the field. Midfield scrum. Massive, massive mistake, honey.
Oh, huge. And it gives the Black Ferns a great opportunity here to strike before that half-time. Starts to tick away. See them, they'll start to set up.
What's it looking like in your side?
Can you feel it? Sideline Kusi, the momentum?
Yeah, you can feel it down here. Something has switched for the Black Ferns, hasn't it? There's so much love, there's so much hype around this team. You can just see it in the crowd, and with that comes pressure, but Teresa Fitzpatrick talked about it during the week. It's privileged pressure. All this eyes and all this attention on this team.
You happy? Your side. I'm going to stay in the inside. Which one? Good. Good. Stay straight. Good. Okay. Again.
It's been everything you'd expect from a French-New Zealand semi-final. It's been hard. It's been skill. Oh, I love it, honey. You would have been in a couple of these.
Time off. Or time on. Or wait, water off.
Be interesting to see where the Black Ferns target here. They've got Ruby Tui's come off her right wing, come directly behind the scrum. So she's going to be the option. Portia Woodman is to the left-hand side as well. So you've got your two wingers and your number 10 ball maker and your skipper, Ruahei Dement, hitting one side, Renee Holmes, and Teresa Fitzpatrick to the right.
Incredibly difficult place for France to try and defend from as in his 67th test. Kendra Coxedge will feed the scrum 5 metres out. In fact, they'll get the free kick and away they go, and off they go to the left, and that big wide ball for Flula. Flula in the corner, the smiling assassin strikes.
Well, we've been waiting for it this whole half. And we know what they can do once they get some nice clean ball like that. It was almost gifted to them. And you can see here, Kendra plays it out fast, and it's a long ball from Ruahei. Stacey coming on the speed. They're in.
Experience at that level. Kendra Coxedge, that's what she brings. But look at this money ball, right to left, right on the chest of Stacey Flula. And the pressure turns into points for the Black Ferns.
They felt it, didn't they? The Black Ferns felt it, this crowd felt it. Stacey celebrated her 27th birthday during the week, and all she wanted, all her birthday wish was to fill up this place. And look at this crowd, they're going crazy for her.
Well, they were rocked back by France in the first 20 minutes. New Zealand have had to battle to get their way back into it. And as Carlton Anna said, we would expect absolutely nothing less between these two sides. Huge kick for Renee Holmes. A wonderful striker of the ball, and had sessions with the great Daniel Carter.
Who's talking, lads?
"25 metres out on the angle for Renee Holmes. It's straight, it's true, it's perfect, it is over, and we are all square at Eden Park.
Oh, important time to score that 10 minutes before the half. Now to exit.
Joanne with the restart, it's Hirini who'll bring it down for New Zealand. 10 points apiece. 3 minutes to go until the half-time break. Pick and go again from Pip Love. The veteran prop is going to struggle to squeeze that ball back, and they'll concede the penalty, New Zealand. Again, great work at that ruck area by the French.
Yeah, France continue to put
ball position.
Huge amounts of pressure on that breakdown, slowing it down for New Zealand, consistently sending numbers in there, so they struggle to recycle, and then when they get their opportunities, they're straight over the ball.
Oh, they're owning that breakdown to the maximus, aren't they, at the moment, this French team? You see the second player in just getting straight over their ball after that chop tackle. Big moments in this match now.
So sharp to throw for France, and it's again Celine Ferrier. And they quickly get into their work. Look at the French rumble forward.
1-9, stopped.
So sharp, just has a little peek over to the line. Jouet play is what Bourdon has been told to do. Trying to open a hole for Ménager. No way through for Marine. Oh, there's a big blind here for Bourdon. She saw it too. But the New Zealand defence spotted it. 7 metres out. Oh, Tui coming in with the counter. France hold firm. And Joanne will clear for Escudero, who has been so impressive in this tournament, Charlotte Escudero. Aniel Di lines up for a carry. Nice quick ball for Bourdon, but Ferrer just the juggle. New Zealand's defensive line fans out once more as more pressure comes on. Hermé, the captains collide. Hermé and Dement. Escudero again runs into Ponsonby. Good hit, but it's transferred away from Di.
Tackle, release.
And now Di, short foot, Sosha, just short of the line.
Stay.
Bourdon again, they're lining up the French runners. Here's Ménager once more, this time they stop her. Bourdon for Vernier, they won't stop Gabrielle Vernier, that close to the line though, and France strike back.
Oh, the line by the inside centre. Here's the header from Romain Ménager. Numbers are still coming out defensively. Look at that outside and perfectly timed, perfectly hit hole.
While the French continue
This is half, girls.
to build pressure on the New Zealand, they're willing to go long phases of play and build towards their tries. And what great tries it is right on half-time.
A quite pulsating 40 minutes of rugby at Eden Park. We'll see France go into the half-time break with a narrow lead. They lead New Zealand 17 points to 10 at the Rugby World Cup semi-final. Well, France will take their time to leave the field. What a half they have had. Yes, a few mistakes. They've absorbed pressure as well. But they've scored 2 good tries. And they go into the sheds at Eden Park with their noses in front. The lead is France's. So 17 points to 10, 2 tries to 1 as we have a look through these halftime stats. Honey Hirami Smiler.
Yeah, it's been a pretty intense half with New Zealand having the lion's share of carries here. But France doing well to get those line breaks. Look at the tackles there, 103 to 60 for the French. They've done well there. And as again, you can see the kick meters ticking over those kicks. The possession and territory's been fairly even. And a big chunk of their play being played in the 40 midfield.
We had quite an outstanding first semi-final, England getting up over Canada, and this one too has not disappointed. Well, as the stadium takes a collective breath and look at a pulsating first half where two defences went toe-to-toe early on, Carlton.
Well, New Zealand will put on the back foot right from the get-go. This French outfit really to test them. They get numbers in behind the ball. That was good held up of Fowl, though, who was fantastic in the build-up.
France were able to get some early points on, firstly, off the boot of Caroline Drouin, and then at the other end, honey, was New Zealand being held up.
Yeah, exactly. Liana Michaela too, held up from her opposite, Escudedo.
France again went hard at the line, Carltonana, and it was, well, one of their powerhouses who crossed over finally.
Yeah, her star player, or their star player, that champion, Romain Ménage, is using her power to get underneath that staunch New Zealand defence.
Yeah, and I like her setup here. She charges low, gets under her knee. She only has eyes for that line.
Well, finally, New Zealand got to get rolling as well, and they got wide and they got points.
Yeah, well, I like what they did there. They put Portia Woodman in a little bit tighter, forcing the defence to look at her. But it was Stacey Fleuler out wide who hits it with pace. Just a heads-up play here, KT.
Yeah, it was quick thinking by the number 9, Kendra Coxedge, and Noahei Dement, the skipper, with the nice right-to-left pass. That's a good view of it. There's the quick tap. Defence is coming up. They don't shift on the outside where Stacey Fleuler exploits them.
That got New Zealand back on level terms, 10-all, but just before half-time, away go the French. Powerful stuff.
Yeah, and it's Gabriel Renier there. Again, just that charging in the line. They're using the goalpost really well. She gets around the corner here, positions herself well. It's on the inside of Bremner. She's over.
Ménage with a nice big hit up, and then the inside line from Vernet gets a score just before the half, and they finish that first 40 minutes with confidence, Les Bleus.
Well, as we have a look here, Chelsea Bremner and Marasu Fowle going head-to-head. Chelsea Bremner, she's been strong, 9 carries, 29 carry metres and 2 tackles.
Yeah, and for Fowle, well, she's been right amongst it in that engine room. Yeah, the carry metres only before, but it's the tackles, the defence, where she's really stood out for this French team in that first 40 minutes.
Eden Park, it's time to stand up if you know this one.
Set and ready to go, 17 points to 10. And a change for New Zealand. Kennedy Simon, the co-captain, on in jersey 20. Replacing Liana Mikaele-Tu'u at half-time. We'll get some more information about that change
Anything that you want the girls to just line up, make sure you're straight
as
up
we
and
get
straight
going
down.
into this
Just in the line up, make
second
sure you
half.
don't cross. Okay, straight up, straight down.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll lock it.
Thank you.
My co-captain was playing, now she's on at 8 or 7. Just anything about breakdown.
He's going to come to you, man.
40 minutes to decide who will join England in the final of Rugby World Cup 2021. Will it be France or will it be New Zealand? It is France who leads 17 points to 10 at the half-time break. They scored just before the 40-minute mark to put themselves back in front. 40 minutes to come at Eden Park.
Behind.
Renee Holmes to start the second half. It's a shallow restart and New Zealand flies, and all it was in the hands momentarily of Flula before it just bubbled out. So France will get the first play here through Charlotte Escudero, 21-year-old flanker who has really made a name for herself in this tournament. Bourdon shapes a kick here and puts up the box kick. It's going to fall for Flula. Through the bread basket it goes, but she's quick enough to tidy up her own error. Maya Roos, who was prominent for New Zealand in the first half. Holmes playing up in the line, just going to stab a little kick through, which falls nicely for Fitzpatrick. It came off the legs of one of the French defenders, and that allows New Zealand just to pick and go forward now and look for the runners. As Kennedy Simon, the New Zealand co-captain, on the field, and once again it's Escudero who's won it back at the breakdown area. Bourdon with a little roll over the top, and she's kicked it out on the full.
Well, once again we see France making no mistake. If New Zealand don't protect that ruck fast enough, they are straight over the ball there.
It's that first shoulder, that first contact from the French, which is dominating. It's allowing their second player to get over that ball. So New Zealand either have to carry a lot harder, wait for their support, and stay on their feet.
The New Zealand change at half-time was Liana Michele-Tu'u, who suffered a hand injury. It's not serious, though.
It's Kirsty Stanway's sideline as the ball is stolen from New Zealand's line-out, and now there's a real wrestle between Ponsonby and Joyeux to the loose ball, and it'll be Clara Joyeux who will earn it back for her team.
I'll tell you what, this is great competition at line-out time from the French, getting up ahead of Chelsea Bremner, who's a great source of ball for the Black Ferns, and have obviously highlighted that New Zealand have to change their line-out court.
Long binds. Watch height, Amber, please. Thank you. Mercy.
This French alignment in the back line, very, very flat, so that just tells me they're ready to run from this position here. Vernay, very good at the hit up in the number 12 jersey.
Set!
Bourdon clears from the base of the scrum, and it's the winger, Grise, who comes off her wing to take the first hit up. You can hear them say New Zealand's defence, watch that Boxy, but eventually Bourdon gets the protection she wants. It's very painstaking. This time it stays in, and it's going to land here for Woodman, who attacks the ball in flight and just powers forward. This time New Zealand will clear away from that breakdown ball. Out the back for Demad, Combs into the line. The Kiwi fullback again goes hard into the ground for Tui and Flula to chase. Tui bearing down on Bullard. Oh, there's a juggle, and Tui's in for New Zealand. She stayed in the fight. They're going to check, but looks as if Ruby Tui may have scored.
Well, I think they're going to have a look at this.
Any knock on here? Possible knock on here? Okay.
See if the grounding was before the dead ball there.
Tempo.
Oh, what a great
effort
from New Zealand, Ruby Tui.
Whether the ball was not knocked forward originally. We have an on-field decision. We have a grounding. We just need to make sure that it doesn't touch the dead ball line.
Okay, Joy, I have a decision for you. You may award the try, mate. There's no knock-on, and the ball is grounded.
No knock-on, and the ball's been grounded.
Try New Zealand, try Ruby Tui. They're back again, the Black Ferns. They score first after half-time.
Well, it was special because of the fullback, Renee Holmes. She's been using her kick to great effect on this occasion. Finally, they go back door to create some space. Takes it to the line, puts it to the right foot, and now it's just a straight-out sprint. Ruby Tui. Oh, man, puts it on the toe. Get that down.
Well, Ruby never gives up on anything, does she? It's a great match-up here. She takes on Boulard.
No one cheered harder than the detonator on the bench, Aisha Leti Ayenga. They're absolutely loving it.
Great refereeing as well. Joy Neville knew what she saw. She's got such an experienced AR in Sarah Cox, and then brilliantly done by the TMO. Done, we're over, let's go.
100% agree with that, Ricky. Top shelf officiating right across the ball, showing the system does work. But this athlete here who put the kick through and created now has an opportunity to even it up.
Renee Holmes as the French bear down on her. She won't be able to bring this one around though. It stays left. She's become a transcendent figure in New Zealand rugby, Ruby Tui. And she's got her team back into it. New Zealand still 2 behind. It's France 17, New Zealand 15. Sarah Hirini, who brings it down for New Zealand once more off the restart. It's gone backwards. And it's a real tangle for Coxedge to try and get out of there. The little halfback just monstered by Clara Joyeux.
Tackle. Release! Release! Knees down.
Demand working down a short side. It's another awkward bobbling ball, but this time it's landed for France. Great work from Maëlle Philippon. Stolen by New Zealand, though. Kennedy Simon in jersey 20. It is deafening down there. Flula trying to get on the outside. She does for Woodman. Open space, one in front of her. Great stop from Boulard, just made herself a roadblock. And it was enough to slow Woodman up, but New Zealand pour forward through Hirini.
Tackle! Release!
Hirini making sure everyone knows she needs to be released. Coxedge for Chelsea Bremner. Dragged to the ground by Maëlle Philippon again. Oh, good hands, Amy Rule under pressure. Coxedge, they'll keep working down a narrow channel here, New Zealand. Not a lot of room for Flula, so she slots back in field. Oh, big contact. Venier on Woodman. Boy, demand flat for Ponsonby, who just holds on. France's defence has been such a feature of this tournament. That's loose. Boulard can't pick it up. Tui can't get there. And eventually it's Jouan who makes the most of the mess and is back in front cans. Oh, Ponsonby's won that for New Zealand. Just got a tiny bit isolated. Great work from the Kiwi hooker.
First arriving player.
And you can feel this French team just starting to shake a little bit.
No,
they're starting to get fatigued. You see this walking back very slowly. They've had to make a number of tackles. The Black Ferns, that back ball is causing all types of confusion with this French defence now.
Points. Points.
Well, that's faith in your goal kicker, isn't it? Step up for Renee Holmes as we see the work of Woodman.
Well, it's Flula and Woodman linking up out here.
1 and 2.
First amount of space Woodman's really had tonight. She charges at Boulard. The defensive efforts coming in from both teams. It's been bruising.
I'll tell you what, Kennedy Simon has come on and made a couple of good impacts. There's that lower tackle that allowed Georgia Ponsonby to get over that ball and give Renee Holmes this opportunity. She's the long-range kicker. I like this decision. Iruahei Demand is given to number 15.
You just saw him mouth the words kick through it, and that's what Wayne Smith says when she does. She can strike it beautifully. Holmes just away to the left.
Thank you.
Here comes the spark plugs for New Zealand as well. That's what they call their bench. Luca Connor, Crystal Murray have both been injected into this game to up the tempo.
Replace Pip Love. And Georgia Ponsonby as Joanne just bangs this off deep down into New Zealand's half. Demand carries hard into contact.
Off your feet, leave it.
Oh, Philippon unlucky, got there. Just lost her feet. Bruce with a good carry.
Off the foot, play.
And it's messy for Coxedge. She does well. And great backup support again. Holmes with the kick. She's got Alana Bremner out there this time to chase. There's open territory with no fullback home. And that's a nice little nudge forward from Boulard.
50-22.
That's a 50-22, Ricky. So that's massive from the French fullback Emily Bouliard.
50-22.
So they're going to either throw into this lineup, but what I was going to say, the French, their second player, isn't releasing, they're going straight on the ball. John Neville's allowing them to do that. That's why they're getting a lot of turnovers, but that's a massive, massive kick.
She's so cool, isn't she, Emily Boulard? Oh, yeah. Just casually roll a 50-22 over, put my team back on attack.
Straight up and straight down.
Good contest. That's won by Maya Roos from New Zealand this time. Oh, stitch up. Fitzpatrick on Hiddeny, but Hiddeny did well. Roos. Stolen by France this time.
Turnover, good. Leave it.
They go.
First person.
They have just been absolutely menacing in that area, the French. Join. This time with a little darting run. Great footwork in close contact, shoveling it on. Was there a knock-on the ground there? Play on is the call. So France will go forward, and New Zealand will win the penalty eventually anyway.
Off feet.
Yeah, selling off there, the French giving away the penalty. Do they go quick in New Zealand? France or a player down.
Time off.
Well, there's definitely no love lost between these teams. There's lots of niggle happening off the ball. As the intensity ramps up, the pressure comes on.
I'll tell you what, that was a great read from Portia Woodman. She was outnumbered. She come in and jammed in and calls that quick pass on so sharp. I think they were lucky there wasn't called a knock-on in the first place, but they were able to get the penalty turnover. Now the skipper saying, we've got to dig in here.
Fresh legs have been injected for France. There you are. Jersey 18, Asia Kafui, has replaced Clara Joyeux. There's a lot of history between these two teams, isn't there? France have won the last 4 on the bounce against New Zealand. No other team has a streak against the Black Ferns.
Yeah, it has been an impressive run from that first victory in 2018 in Grenoble. A highlight that many of the French players talk about in their career. Well, this one is something as well.
Thing is, I don't think the French have ever made a Rugby World Cup final. So it's still a long way to go before this is all said and done. The New Zealanders will know the history they have over the French team. In the big moments, they'll test to see if this French team can aim up.
Luca Connor's first throw is overthrown, but it's going to be knocked on by France as they came through. New Zealand's tidied it up anyway, so Demand clears from the base. Tui out the back, and there's a real tangle of bodies. Hiddeny up through the middle.
Stay. Stay. Use a 9.
Alana Bremner for Roos. It's rugged in that tight quarters. Advantage is just called over as it's kicked away. Great chase from Demand. Just didn't sit up for her, and that war, I was going to say, could be dangerous.
No, 16.
But a broken field play for France. Foul. Speaking of danger, that's a wonderful ball from Joanne to Grisey. It is Grisey and Woodman come together, and Chelsea Bremner picks up the scraps for the Black Ferns. Cox edge again, there's nobody home, there's no chaser for New Zealand really. It'll be Hiddeny who leads the charge. Boulard looks for open territory again. This is only going to go down as far as Woodman, and you know what Eden Park's going to tell her to do. Wind up, one way, the other. Awkward offload, it wasn't a good ball, just push the pass, and France have it back. Kaufawi. And the long, rangy figure of Marasu Fal goes to ground on the 10-metre line.
Roll 6.
Bourdon just surveys the options, and again they'll come back the blind for Joanne to try and weave a little magic in close quarters. What a ball! Made to Fal. Fal tackled, just tipped up by Demand. New Zealand all over this, they'll win it back. Oh, but it was a bust out from the French. And away goes Coxedge. This one's skied back in field. The bounce falls for Joanne, and New Zealand have handed it back to the French again.
Stop.
Demand. What's the option now for the New Zealand kicker? Who's the cool head? It is some serious broken field play. As Woodman has stopped, and we go right and close to the ruck. Connor out the back for Holmes, and Rule is her runner. Fitzpatrick spins out a one, look for the offload, nobody there, held on to the ball cleverly. Connor gets New Zealand up over the advantage line as well. Boy, France has pinched it. Oh, just about. Tap and go from New Zealand. They're trying to run France off their feet here. Falula. The intensity, the pace, the tempo of this match. As Connor carries forward again, now it's France who steal it back. There's pickpockets all over Eden Park.
Well, there's been a lot of talk about the women's game and the amount of time the ball is in play. And that phase of play is a true reflection of that, with both teams throwing everything at each other. And see here, their intent to continue to fight at the ruck and get over that ball.
You probably won't be able to see it.
Both sides putting in everything.
The thing of Samina, I saw it on that replay, they're not releasing at the breakdown. The second player in is not releasing that ball. You're supposed to have a clear release and allow the player to place it. They're not doing that. They're getting away with it. I mean, good on them. That's the source of a lot of their turnovers. Not totally sure it's legal.
You can see Captain Ruahe demand there, having a word to referee, and this may be reversed.
Yeah, thank you.
I think there was a clear... Amy Rule's the player who stayed down. I think she got caught in a tangle, that one, but perhaps what that reversal is.
Changes for both teams here. For France, Coco Lindelof has been warming up. She's run onto the field in jersey 17, replacing Deshay. And for New Zealand, how is this for impact? The detonator. Wayne Smith said she's going to come on and go boom. And 23, Aisha Leti Ainga replacing Renee Holmes, which means, I guess, Ruby Tui goes back to fullback.
Captain.
Oh, yeah, off the ball, you can see.
Off the ball. The penalty's going to be reversed.
I think it's Pereira there.
Clear it by your number 3.
Reverse
not allowing the player to arrive. It's obstruction by 3 blue. There'll be a penalty reversed to black. Okay. 4 blue.
4 blue,
it's the
yeah.
bumper there, Joy prevents it against the next breakdown to clear out, which then gets the holding on.
Where's the mark, please? Where's the mark, Tim?
Where you are, Nevs.
So the penalty's reversed in New Zealand's favour.
Yeah, right here.
As basically, as we said, Amy Rule, the player who stayed down, and she was prevented from clearing out the tangle of bodies. So this
be careful, please. Be careful.
Put New Zealand deeper into French territory.
What number was that? Number 4 blue. Okay. Thank you. 4. Be careful.
Just get the feeling this is a massive moment in the semi-final right here.
Big throw for Luca Connor. Both teams have gone tit for tat at the line. Now that's good ball from Chelsea Bremner down the back, and they will now try to rumble it in tight. Connor's got it as they go up over the 22. And they'll go once more. This is a good drive from New Zealand. Stop once, and now Connor's peeled away. Luca Connor. It comes back for Cox. Edgewater Roos with the juggle. 4 metres short, 3 metres short, 2 metres short. New Zealand funnel it back. Fitzpatrick on the angle. Fitzpatrick crashes over. And Teresa Fitzpatrick's put New Zealand in front for the first time.
Well, you can feel it building. And it all comes back to Luca Connor. Great impact off the bench. She nails the throw from the line out. As they use it to launch him, they get into the driving more here. You can see the momentum. Continues to drive through. She breaks away here. Kira Murray go to work, and it's a ball out here. Bruce takes it in. And then it's the angled run from Teresa Fitzpatrick. It's great ball comes out here. Quick hands there, she's in.
Yeah, nice line by Teresa Fitzpatrick. She's one of the best at running those holes. But I tell you what, it was all down to the low numbers. Luca Connor with a strong run. Maya Ruse has been absolutely staunch in this game, back in that run up from her number 16. And then a third one from the number 12, Teresa Fitzpatrick, who is in some type of form.
RWC Demand takes over the kicking duties. 5 from 7 last week. She banged them over from everywhere. This one more simple. And she puts it away. So New Zealand go ahead in the semi-final. Eden Park is roaring, and it's New Zealand who lead 22-17 over France.
The Black Ferns have this saying in their group this year, like never before. They've never before had contracts. They've never before hosted a Rugby World Cup. And I tell you what, the crowd has never, ever been like this at Eden Park before.
France, their turn to respond this time. Well, that's awkward for Ferrer. She's slowly getting to her feet. And yeah, good to see Celine Ferrer. She's okay. Hirini, who has just rolled the sleeves up and kept going. Simon. France just not able to get their hands on ball at the moment. Demand tries to find some open space. Oh, the chase for Letzienga was there. And the little pocket rocket winger got fingertips on it, not quite.
What's an option they like, don't they? The kick past it. Oh, hey, Demantis is so good at it. Nearly comes off.
No.
Half a metre back towards the side of the halfway, and she is gone. Good option, though.
Scrum. Scrum.
I tell you what, the Black Ferns have really changed their attack from the first half.
Touch, yeah.
Really pushing
Scrum.
through the defence lines. They work through the one-off runners, and then they go wide. They're using the kicking game, adding variation.
Long binds.
And it's the tempo that the Black Ferns are playing at. You can see now the French really are starting to struggle with that pace. It's taken a long time to set up at the scrum. There's a lot of talking going on in the back line, but they are slow moving at the moment, this French team.
Ball in the hands of Pauline Bourdon. She is key. She has been the key to this rise of French rugby in the last 5 or so years. She and Joanne might be the ones to unlock it here for Le Bleu. As we head into the final 20 minutes of the second semi-final, England awaits the winner in the decider. Big scrum. Oh, huge scrum for New Zealand. Coxedge goes. They can sense the French are rattled. The hands are good. The ball was wonderful from Dement to Flula. Now Woodman comes together with Boulard. France having to scramble again. Dement for Roos goes into the tackle this time. Dement again for Rule. Drop to the ground. Able to protect that ball. Oh, Murray on a short line and the offload for Dement. Dement is 7 metres short. Coxedge, big ball. Letzienga can't quite get there. Great covering tackle by France again. They'll go back and play the penalty advantage. New Zealand stretching France.
You've got to take the points here. It'll be the 2-score advantage if they do make it successful. But Crystal Murray, this is the difference she brings in these situations. That hit, that line and that pass, brilliant.
Yeah, she's a real razzle-dazzle prop. That one, great ball skills, brutal on deep, but also Amy Rule has been busy. 12 carries, 8 tackles. You see it here.
Runners ahead of the ball. Make sure you do.
It all comes down to the low numbers winning that scrum. Significant, and then the big ball run here. Murray offload to Demand.
Yeah, after. It's not material, but be very
careful. It's all Black Ferns moving forward.
What about that statement at scrum time from the Black Ferns? Absolutely annihilated in the European Tour last year, and to beat France at this moment in this game like that, that is a massive, massive get.
Well, we talk about shifts and swings and momentum in all sporting contests, and it's Now that pumped. They've just piled the pressure back on the French. And the crowd have done their part too. Ruahei demand extends New Zealand's lead. They just give themselves a buffer now. 25 points to 17.
This French team, though, still very, very dangerous, and looks like they're going to bring on some of their finishers, Kirst.
Yeah, 2 more changes for France. Chloe Jacquet comes on in 23 and in 19. Safi Ndiaye, it is a milestone for her 90th cap for this French side. She debuted in 2012. What an amazing moment for this woman.
France restart, they go shallow this time, and it falls for Letizia. New Zealand are just dominating the possession stakes at the moment. Oh, Haringi, that's a good charge from her. And the ball is quick too. Dement tries to stab a kick through. It's come off legs. And it's there for Romain Ménager, and New Zealand give away the penalty this time. Oh, it's Flula cramped up in there. And what a nice touch. There it is, in a nutshell.
Romain Ménager, she's a class act, that's for sure, the number 8. They're trying to take the ball to the line and make that decision late to kick through. I think they're going to do that maybe a bit earlier is the option.
It's 27 now, Stacey Flula, you cramp up a little bit more.
Great defence there from Phillip on the outside centre on Ruahei Demanton. There's the class act. Even though in the heat of the battle, you help each other out.
Oh, just a bit too much pressure there.
Perfect, thank you.
Well, here comes this French reply. You knew it was coming. What have they got? I'm sure they'll want to keep it in the forwards initially. Look out for Ménager, dangerous in this position.
Grabbed by Charlotte Escudero, and look at that organisation from France. It's in the back for Kalfaoui now. She has to peel away, and Connor reads that well, but here come France. It's their turn to respond. Safi Ndiaye in her 90th test. Ndiaye, one of the all-time greats, gets her team going forward. Bourdon. And now Ménager is over, and Ménager has bullocked her way to another try. An extraordinary score from France's number 8.
Well, you called it Katanana to look out for her. And it was only 2 minutes ago she was helping Stacey Flula with a cramp. And now the likes of Ndiaye here, charging run through Dement, gets initial breakthrough here. As they recycle ball, Ménager saw class straight over for the French, and they're back in this game.
Joanne closes the gap to 1. What a 15 minutes we have ahead of us. 25 plays 24.
Oh, she's just such an elite player, Romain Ménager. The determination to get over for her double in the semi-final. She's top shelf.
Here's another sparkle for New Zealand. Jersey 18s running on. Santor Taumata replacing Amy Rule.
Yeah, you're 3.
And for France, Marjorie Mayans is on the field in jersey 20.
Wait.
Celine Ferrer goes to the side. Good shift. What a player to be able to bring off the bench for France. Marjorie Mayon, her 52nd cap. 1 point in it with just under 15 minutes to play. Joanne drives this low and hard down towards Ruby Tui. She's got Dement with her, and Woodman's there as well. And it goes to Woodman, who can't get around the outside of the French defender, Gaëlle Hermé. Hirini stopped in her tracks by Sochart, and that's awkward ball, but she gets it back, does Hirini. Roos, nice ball for the 19-year-old Santos Taumata, the absolute bolter in the squad. Fitzpatrick. Ball goes to ground and Crystal Murray tidies up. Driven towards the sideline, just keeps it in play. France just swarming in on New Zealand now. The turn to pile on the pressure. Good hands again, and another nice carry from Taumata. Dement to the line. And it's just spilled out of New Zealand's hands. Was it ripped away? Yeah, play on is the call. Is there for Joan. And a little bit of room here for France as Escudero puts a little dabbing kick through, but it goes out over the side.
Stop.
Oh, you can just feel the tenseness. It's just risen up another octave, hasn't it?
Okay. Thank you.
Looks to be Coco Lindelof down in some discomfort for France.
Yeah, absolutely. Time off. Water. Thank you. Yeah.
Have a look at the position here. 61% possession. And the back Ferns having the bulk of the ball there, and the carries. Again, we spoke about it often, their intent to keep the ball in hand. And look at that. It pays off, doubling the carry meters on the French. And the defensive efforts from the French here, significant.
We always knew that was one of their staples, isn't it? Their tackles, handling errors from New Zealand were more than triple. But the fatigue is coming in from this French team because of the amount of tackles they have had to make. Penalties conceded, 12 in terms of France. Some huge shifts put in.
New Zealand have made a lot of handling errors in the tournament because they do give the ball a lot of air, to be fair. Carl Tinana, Honey Hirami Smiler, you have been in big games as we unfortunately see Coco Lindelof leave the field, but what wins big matches?
Well, I think it's vital. Both teams hold some composure here. Not panic and really try to shore up their discipline, because anything kickable, I think both teams will be looking for that opportunity.
Execution, for me, execution under fatigue in big moments, whether it be thrown into a line out, doing your exits properly, sticking to plan, massive.
Come on.
Connor down the back for Chelsea. Bremner, it's nice ball off the top to work with, and Taumata, oh, heavy collision. That's young and old, veteran and old dog, or veteran and youngster going together. Taumata and NDI, great hands. Simon, and again from Letsiaina, powers through one and then grabs another 6, 7, 8 metres. Coxedge tries to roll one over the top. It's charged down and it'll be New Zealand ball.
Just the aggressive nature of the New Zealand head-ups really have amped up in the second half in particular. I can see that. There was one from Taumata backed up by Letsiaina.
Time off. TMO check, time off.
Well, this must be that last tackle, that front on with Taumata in Ndaye.
High tackle.
Let's see though, I'm not sure in the replay was head to head. I think it was shoulder to shoulder.
Tackled by France 19 with the scrum cap, mate.
They do both look quite upright initially too, but we will see.
Oh, shoulder to head, that might be What they're looking at, yeah, see it now. There.
I see a lot of force come through the chest and then high. And I see a lot, real speed, please.
Yeah, real speed's coming.
Yeah, hands only. Okay, so what we need to establish, Tempo, is whether there is head contact.
Okay, Joey.
I see a lot of the force come to the chest.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Okay.
There is your point of contact, Joey.
Okay.
There's definitely head contact.
Yeah, okay, so back to me, Tempo.
Back to you.
Back to me. Temp.
Yeah, it's on you, mate.
Okay, so what we have is 19 blue, always upright. A lot of the force is through the chest, but there is then head contact, yellow card.
Agree, mate. So that's 19.
19. A lot of the force is through here, but then there's head.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to give it to Sarah Cox here, because she's the one that came in and said, nah, it's head contact, have another look at it, to join Evan and the TMO. So that's well done by the assistant referee.
Massive moment in the game as Safi MDI, one of the greats of world rugby, goes to the sin bin for 10 minutes, and we've got 11 minutes to play in the semi-final and 1 point in it.
What do you do here, honey? The Black Ferns, if you're using the tempo to tire out this French, then now you know you've got the French force down to 7. Do you go to the line out? Slow it down a little bit and go to your set piece.
Yeah, I think they'll look to go to the line out. It's been operating well for them since Luca Connor's come on, and the Bremner sisters doing well to secure that.
Keeping in mind too, Kirsty, is it Aniel Di who came back on for Lindeloo for France?
Well, it'll be interesting here whether they just use their rolling more. The Black Ferns, you see, they're just having a little bit of a call. They're going to go short. 5 man.
6. My French isn't great, but I think that was 6, was it? Lindeloo, Bourdon, Kalfawi. Oh, big contact. Alana Bremner run over the top of her. Vernier and Philippon, we haven't seen these dangerous backs really running. And speaking of dangerous, here's Jacquet, chopped down by Woodman. And just driven towards the sideline was Marjorie Moyle.
Already touched.
Teresa Fitzpatrick down low, the number 12, coming across, taking out the legs. Portia Woodman, here she is here. Takes her, drives her nose with the sideline, and Portia Woodman gives her some backup. Great turnover.
France stole New Zealand's last line out. But it's Alana Bremner who, well, almost securely gets that for New Zealand. It was
knock on
loose and yet came off a French hand. So New Zealand through their co-captain Kennedy Simon, who kind of left it sitting out there for Cox Edge, who does well to get there. Oh, Woodman, big contact with Vernier. The offload and the razzle. The hands are good from Letty Ienga. Goes through 1 and 2. And supported as well. It's nice and quick for Bremner to charge on to Alana, that is. Menage almost had hands on that for New Zealand. Demand sees a hole. Little scooping offload for Cox Edge, who cleverly tried to kick it away rather than catch it. And it's more ball for New Zealand. Demand chips a little kick over the top for Boulard. They were playing under advantage. I think it finished just as she kicked it, but that is exceptional work from Fleur on the ground. Away goes Cox Edge. They are playing at such pace. France down to 14. It's hit me now for New Zealand. But France again, Kalfawi, wonderful. They have won that area time and again. Jouard with that special boot of hers. That one soaring high for Letty Ienga. Space for Tui on the offload. Tui can't get around Menage, who makes another stonking tackle. Penalty, France. Boy, they are hustling hard.
Oh, Roman Ménager backed up by a skipper, Gael, who made two fantastic efforts right here. Number 8 on a winger, one-on-one. Here's the shot by his sister. Marie Ménager gets the ball away. Ruby too. Here's Roman. There's the one-on-one. And then look at this, the number 6. The skipper comes across, gets that penalty. Oh, that takes some heart right there.
Another change here for New Zealand in jersey 19, Joanna Nangwu has made her way onto the field for Chelsea Bremner.
She's falling. No, I tap it.
She's put in another big shift, Chelsea Bremner. But Nangwu is real energy, as Kirsty has said, the spark plugs for New Zealand. But man, France, they are tough and gutsy, and well, led by their captain, who's now going to play with one nostril to work with. France just slowing the pace down as Joanne goes for the sideline.
And they're still down to only 7 forwards, this French team in day 8. Off for the yellow card, so Drouin on screen is the key. She is great at positional kicking, and she's great off the tee as well, so New Zealand have to keep their discipline. Very slow walk into the line out here front.
So shot to throw, and eventually it's there for Marjorie Maillon.
One stop.
Bourdon just has a look to the referee, told to use it, and advantage their way for France for collapsing that more New Zealand, and they will go and play that penalty. Here's a great chance for them as the wingers go at each other. A great chance, though, for Joanne to pump her team down into New Zealand territory.
This is game management. There's no way this is going out to the back line. The French is looking for that penalty off the rolling wall. Again, I'm sure it'll come. New Zealand will have to keep this up. They won't want to give away any penalties in this area. For me, honey, I chuck someone in, up if I'm the Black Ferns. Got to compete, cut it off at the source.
100%.
They don't. They let Escudero bring it down, and to Maul again. So Shah, under that left arm of hers.
Use it, 9.
Nangwu has her wrapped up, and so Bourdon will just scoot away one way, then the other. Traffic everywhere for the halfback, and just throws herself headlong into the forwards. Jump for Socha on the short ball, crashing up Maillon. Comes to hit, and he knows to have done that a few times. Bourdon for Kalfawi, who's had good impact off the bench. The 21-year-old. Round the corner comes Di, flat and stopped was Escudero by Fitzpatrick. Penalty New Zealand. What a hit from Teresa Fitzpatrick.
Oh, she's been outstanding defensively, has Fitzpatrick. She continues to stomp her dominance. She really is the glue in this Black Ferns back line. Puts on a brilliant shot there. So Black Ferns get this penalty, and we'll look for some territory.
It's probably an area a lot of people overlook because she's so good with her attacking flair, Teresa Fitzpatrick. With geez, in these big moments, in these big games, little moments like that is what sticks out. I think now she really has turned into the complete number 12. Teresa Fitzpatrick calls that turnover from France as they sealed it off. Massive, massive shot. Technique, lower your shoulder, get underneath, drive with your legs. Perfect.
Please, 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 please.
Who'd be a coach? Wayne Smith for New Zealand. Tomadara, 2.5 minutes for Safi and Di.
Keep her on you, and I'll keep them here.
Essendon.
Stay here, please.
And 3.5 to play. Everything we expected this match would be, and more. Connor goes down the back and it's just taken in by Roos. Running hard onto it is Kennedy Simon, the abrasive co-captain. Murray loves ball in hand, offload for Bremner, who always gets herself in the right spot. Broulard's over that for France, though. Stolen by the French once more, and they've got massive numbers wide. Fleuler races up and makes the spot tackle on Vernier. Less than 3 minutes to play, and 1 point. Grisey stopped. Kalfawi.
Stay.
Juan through for LDI. Vernet and now Philippon and wide for Boulard as New Zealand sweep across and France go up over halfway. Ball still there for the French. New Zealand must keep their discipline too. Escudero stopped on the 50-metre line. Juan. Space here for France if they can work it for Menachet. And now Grisey, Fleuler makes the tackle on her. France now in the heart of New Zealand's territory. Bourdon for Sochard. Oh, what a shot from Palmata. Still there for France though, great heads up. I think they might have to stop it here. Is she all right? The player on the ground, yes, will carry on. And LDI. The offload for Philippon. New Zealand can't get there. Hirini does. Drouin stopped. Just. And the ball back in New Zealand hands.
Stay.
90 seconds to play. And still just 1 point. Nan Wu makes a big carry. Everyone is out on their feet, so Crystal Murray, the prop, puts it into touch on the full.
No, it's in the 22. It's okay. It's in the 22. But geez, I'll tell you what, if the French player goes to the outside as a try, or Delling, oh, we're coming back, are we? What's she outside?
18.
Time off. TMO. Back, please. Back, please.
Oh, is it the shot? Is it the tackle we're coming to look at for the penalty?
Reviewing a tackle by New Zealand.
So you on the at the screen, mate, yeah?
Yeah, at the screen now.
Was that the same thing? Shoulder on head?
Okay, so we have very similar to the last one. A lot of force through the chest. And then there's contact. I'm seeing a lot of force through the chest, upper body, simultaneous with head.
Got the French girl lowering, so if this is a penalty at minimum,
so
this is kickable.
Wide angle, please, and live speed, please, tempo.
Real speed's coming, Joy.
Thank you. So we get step by 2 back inside. Can I see that once more, please? Look, I'm seeing this the same as the last one. Yellow card. Yeah. So 18. 18. 18, please. 18.
Are you
Spain.
going to both of us or just?
You can stay there. Will you get the mark?
Sental Tongmata is the player who's
Same
made the tackle.
Still head contact.
She was on the receiving end of the other, accepts her medicine.
No.
But this is going to be a penalty for France in a very kickable position with a minute to play and a point in it.
Said who'll want to be a coach, who'll want to be a kicker. Caroline Juan with an opportunity to put her French team in the final for the first time ever at a Rugby World Cup.
I'm okay, I'll get the right one, don't worry.
Okay, sorry.
Back, please. This is important that we get the exact mark. So if you can get the incident on the screen and we'll get it.
Mate, we're just working production on it now.
Thank you. I want to get the right mark.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Bit of a problem with production, mate. It is coming. It's the mark on the pitch for you.
Okay.
I'm off when you were.
Out here. Happy here?
Yeah, where you are, Nevs. Happy with that, mate. Happy with that.
Gail May points to the post, and Caroline Jouan will step up as she has done time and time again for her team. One of the best in the world.
Thank you.
But back to the full complement too.
And more importantly for France, the clock is running. So if this is successful, there will be no time for New Zealand to restart. She will take the full minute. Caroline Jouan, step up.
Caroline Jouan, she's pushed it wide. And now with just seconds remaining, Kennedy Simon, she needs some support from her teammates. The Blackbirds' bodies pile in. They've got 10 seconds to wait for a hooter. France, desperation to get hands on ball. Look at them piling in now. There it goes. Coxedge checks the time with the referee. Hannity says get rid of it. And New Zealand are going to the World Cup final. This ground has seen so many storied occasions. And it is New Zealand who some way, somehow, 1 point. They're going to the big dance on their home soil. What a match, what a semi-final, what an incredible bunch of women and beautiful camaraderie and sportsmanship. 25-24.
Or doesn't sport just continue to give you moments like this? These two teams, absolutely massive. Here's the moment that could have been for France. Caroline Jouan had an opportunity to send her team into a World Cup final. Goes to the left-hand side of the post, and this is the moment. Kendra Cox says, ices it for NZ. The champions have another opportunity to keep their crown at home.
See the tears in the eyes from the Black Ferns. This is a huge moment for them. First Rugby World Cup in New Zealand on home ground. The Black Ferns will play England next week.